Welcome to the latest installment of the NYSPA Presidential Update. This week we have a lot to report, a lot of good stuff happening, and then some unfortunate things to report as well. So the first thing I would like to report is that we have officially met with all four of the key stakeholders that NYSPA represents. We've had a total of 4 meetings in town halls. As I mentioned in an earlier update, we met with members, we met with non-members, since then we had a town hall for our students and postdocs, and I was part of a meeting with training directors, SIDNIS, which is a 4th meeting that I wanted to have, but they actually invited me, so I got to participate in their wonderful meeting. As a function of these 4 meetings, it is clear where we need to go. We've been working very hard on insurance matters. We've been working very hard on matters related to the license and renewal of the license, challenges with taking the EPPP, the experience of diverse groups, and so forth. All of these things we're working to take further action on. But these 4 meetings took place, and we're going to continue to advocate for all the things that you need. In addition, since we last spoke, the Insurance Committee had 2 additional webinars. The first one was on telemental health, and that was done by Todd Essig, and it was all about maintaining screen relationships. And then we had a loan presentation, the PPP loan, and how to apply for it, how to secure it, how do you deal with repayment. All of these things were covered. From a legislative committee and council perspective, our legislative committee decided to do a legislative forum. It was widely attended, and it gave our legislative committee an opportunity to share with you, the members, all the things that NYSPA is currently advocating for. And then we had our council meeting. The council meeting was highly productive. We now have a newly minted bylaws committee, which is being chaired by Alan Hack, who's the past president of NYSPA, and he is looking for more members for that committee. So if you're interested in participating, please feel free to reach out to Alan Hack. We also passed a motion to have a student award in honor of a longstanding member of NYSPA, former president of NYSPA as well, who gives so much to our students and contributes to NYSPA as a whole. It is the Roy Aranda Award. The awards committee is working on the description of that, and that is being chaired by Herb Gingold. In addition, we have the DRN. The DRN is being chaired by Evie Rappaport and Roy Aranda, as well as I'm doing some oversight. And the DRN has really done a lot of work since we last spoke. We have rolled out our training sequence. There's a total of 10 modules that we feel would help people deal with disaster relief in general, not just COVID. And Dr. Rappaport presented the first 2 modules on somatic treatment of trauma, highly attended, very well received. We have 8 more modules. If you missed the first 2, they're pre-recorded, so you can have access to them. And we have another 8. These modules occur on Sundays between 10 to 11:30 a.m. Really great. We also, just this week, and I believe I put it in the announcement of a Friday Flash, so you have more details below, we have a phone line. We have a phone line for people seeking relief for treatment that they can call. Again, our model is 6 sessions. It's pro bono. We also are incorporating students, externs, and interns who may not have been able to secure sufficient hours to do the take initial intake and phone calls before referring it to one of our volunteers. At last count, we have nearly 170 volunteers for NYSPA's DRN. NYSPA's DRN also partnered with Given Hour, and there are further partnerships that are developing. Another thing that was related but is also separate is we have a presidential task force on grief and loss, and this is specifically for those who experience any form of death and dying related to COVID, whether it's an immediate family member, whether it's a parent or a child, whether it be a significant other, whether it be addressing grief and loss as a frontline employee. That's being chaired by Courtney Bancroft, right? So a lot of things are happening. I also wanted to call your attention that NYSPA is now going to have its next APA rep to council. Our long-standing member, June Fader, has done a total of 6 years, and at the end of this, she will be yielding that. But we have two very strong candidates in Danelia Rosa and Sue Warshaw, who both have given NYSPA a lot, and there's a description of their candidacy below. With that being said, there's a lot more I could report that NYSPA is doing, but I want to be cognizant of the length of the video. I do want to close with a statement of memoriam. One of our long-standing members of NYSPA, Jean Lao Chin, lost her husband, Jean Chin, to the COVID virus, and I wanted to send my love and support to her and those who are suffering with this loss. So with that, I wish you a wonderful weekend, and let's talk soon. Be well.